I'm Blaine Bush. I'm a father, I'm a brother, I'm a son, I'm a husband, I'm an uncle, and it's very fitting that Megan asked me to speak on Father's Day today, because if I had a theme for my life, it would be finding my father through faith. My dad died when I was only 7, and I remember how that felt at the time. I was very lost, alone, not too sure what to do with all that, so I just buried it all. And my mom worked to support me and my 3 siblings, which meant I was at home most of the time just alone, without anybody to guide, lead, mold, discipline me, and I was very much a latchkey kid. And then my mom remarried, but divorced again when I was 11. To cope with all that stress, Mom drank very heavily and turned a very dark corner into a verbally abusive and distant adult, which only served to quash my self-esteem. She did her very best to be both a mother and a father, but it's just not the same as having both a mother and a father at home. I craved a father figure a lot that I could latch onto and have love me and teach me as a loving father would. But it just never happened. There were no fatherly lessons about responsibility, money, relationships, school, employment, self-discipline. But one thing I knew deep inside always was that I had a good heart and a strong moral compass. I spent most of the years between the time I graduated high school to when I met the love of my life, Susan, without any knowledge of what adulthood looked like. I mean, I felt very much externally, and I looked externally like an adult, but internally, I was anything but. I was very selfish. I bounced around quite a bit. To cope, I started to gamble, experimented with drugs, drank a lot of alcohol, and was constantly in trouble. My life was a continual state of chaos and financial ruin. I lived a life that was all about me, but I always had a longing for a life about we, and I just had no clue about how to get there. God, the Father, he knew this, and he was pursuing me as a son. And after I got married, I met a gentleman whose life was truly an example of how I wanted my life to look. And he was joyful, kind, wise, and willing to listen to what a complete knucklehead I'd been my entire life. And he showed me grace. And when I asked how he was able to live such a rich life, he shared something I'd never heard before. He said, "I have faith in Jesus, God the Father." And this was a game changer for me. And I discovered my own relationship with Jesus. When we had 2 sons of our own, I made a commitment to being the best father I could to our boys. And I swore, I did swear a little bit, that I would be there with them every step of the way. If they knew nothing else, they'd know they were loved, valued, and I'd always be there for them. God's workmanship in me is at its best when I surrender my life to Jesus the Father. And in Titus 2, 6-8 says we need to encourage young men to live wisely, to be an example by doing good works and letting our own life reflect integrity, and to teach truth. Everyone needs a father in their life. And now I know it's not about me, it's about we. And when my life's in chaos and I'm at the end of my rope and I'm yelling, "Uncle," I can rest in my Father who says, "It's okay, I've got you. I can take on your stuff, Blaine. I've got you." With the help of my church family, an amazing men's group here at church, a life couples group here at church, my church family, and especially my family at home, Susan, Sam, Peter, and our dog Samantha, I am growing. And today, this fatherless son can embrace the same words God spoke to his son in Matthew 3, and that is, "You are my beloved son, whom I love and whom I'm well pleased." Happy Father's Day.
Yeah. We'll go around.